friends, welcome to Betkraft, your home of show bet football analysis and predictions. Okay, I must say kudos to all of us for yesterday's games. We saw success in yesterday's game. We saw that it is 100% successful. All the games that we predicted yesterday from A to Z just came out just the way we predicted them. Kudos to all of us and congratulations to everyone who won. Okay, today again we go again, and as usual, like we did yesterday, we go into some of the leagues that are not so popular, and we looked at how they fared in the very past games, and also we made our predictions based on the analysis on the data that we arranged from their past encounters. Okay, that being said, before we head on, I want to urge those of us who are coming across our channel for the very first time, and also those of you who have been seeing our videos but are yet to subscribe, please take our time to do that. It won't cost you a thing. Just click the subscription button down there so that you do not miss out on our subsequent contents that will be dishing out on this very channel every day. And okay, I want to give you 1 minute to do that. You've done that. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Let's head to the business of the day. Today we are starting with the very first game is in Faroe Island, where we have B36 Torsion, who will be coming up against 07 Vesta Sovaga. Okay, pardon me about the names, but in this very encounter we made our analysis. We see the past data, and we after analyzing the whole thing, we come to the conclusion that it is the home side who is going to pick up the sports in this very game. It is Torsion to win outrightly in this game. Home win, that's our verdict. And that takes us to the next game. Is in German Bundesliga 2, where we have Hannover 96, who will be coming up against Schalke 04 in German Bundesliga 2. We all know that Hannover 96 has been doing very well of recent, especially when they are playing from home. They've been actually winning their matches from home. And Schalke 04 from away have not been faring so well. And we expect the home side, Hannover 96, to pick up the sports in this very game. Home win. That's our verdict for that very game. And that takes us to Italian Serie D, where we have AC Bra coming up against Borgossia Calcio in Italian Serie D. And in this very encounter as well, we expect Bra, the home side, to pick up the sports. Home win outrightly. That's our verdict for that very game. Also in Serie D, we have AC Capi, who will be coming up against Progresso. Okay, in Serie D as well, the home side, AC Capi is expected to pick the spoils as well. Home win, that's a verdict on that very one. And also in Italian Serie D as well, we have SSD Città D Campobasso coming up against United Riccione. Okay, that's a very long name, but pardon me about if I didn't pronounce it very well. But it is home side who is actually expected to pick up the spoils in that very game from our analysis. And that takes us to the next is in Norway Division 2. We have Group 2, okay, where we have It's Void TF coming up against Valerenga IF2 in Norwegian Division 2. Okay, in this very game, we expect the home side, It's Void, to pick up the spoils. From the data we gathered and analysis we made, it is the home side who's expected to pick up the spoils. The odd is very large, 2.27, but do not be afraid of big odds. Okay, we saw how big odds always, come out just the way we predicted them in this very encounter. So in this very channel, this very game is on win. That's what we predicted, and takes us to the next game. And the next game is in Spain, Spanish Segunda Division, where we have Cruzo FC coming up against SD Compostela. Okay, that's the name. And also in this very encounter, from the analysis we made, it is home side who's expected to pick up the sports in this very game. Cruzo FC to win outrightly. That's our verdict. The odd is also 2.08. Do not be afraid of big odds again. It is very much likely to come out successful in this very game. So home win, that's our verdict in that game. And that takes us to the next, also in the Spanish Segunda Division, where we have Sevilla Atletico, who will be out against San Roque in that division. Also is expected that the home side to pick up the spoils in this very game. Sevilla Atletico to win in this very game. Okay, the odds are as well big, 1.75. Okay, go ahead and play it. And also in Thailand League, which happened to be the last game of this very slip, Thai League 1, where we have Lamphon Warrior, who will be coming up against the Police Terror FC in Thailand League. and we expect the home side Lampoon Warrior, to pick up the sport in this very game. Coming from the analysis that we made from the previous encounters, all of these games were surely analyzed before we, give the verdict. So it is home side who win in this very game. That concludes the verdict for the very first sleep for today. Okay, look at the betting code, and also it is for BetKing. And okay, all right. That takes us to the next sleep for the day. Okay, we'll start with the next leg for the day starts with English Premiership, where we have Sheffield United, who will be coming up against Chelsea in English Premier League match. We all know that Sheffield United is actually the bottom place team in English Premier League, where they're at the 20th position. Okay, and they'll be battling relegation for a very long time. And Chelsea, who has been of recent doing well. You could say they're doing fairly well because we saw them defeating the Manchester United. In Stamford Bridge last weekend, at the midweek actually. And so in this very encounter, we expect Chelsea, to pick up the sports in this very game. They are actually the better side, and they're expected to win outright in that very encounter. And that takes us to the next league game. It is in French League One, where we have FC Nantes, who will be coming up against Olympique Lyon in the French League One. Okay, we know that FC Nantes in the past several games have done badly, and they sacked their coach and then appointed a new coach, and they actually won the last match. But Lyon has been in red hot form in Ligue 1, and they've been doing so well. And in this very encounter, we expect away side Lyon, who is in better form and who will be looking at securing a Champions League spot, to pick up the sports in this very encounter. It is a will win. That's our verdict for that very game, and that takes us to the next. It is in Ireland, Iceland League, where we have Falke Reykjavik, who will be coming up against KR Reykjavik also. And in this very encounter, we take a look. We saw that the trend of how they've been playing in the past recent games. We saw that they've been scoring a lot of goals. Both sides have been scoring a lot of goals, and we expect in this very encounter at least 3 goals coming up of this very encounter. It is about 2.5. That's our verdict for that very game. And that takes us to the next game, also in Iceland, where we have Akureyri coming up against Kopevoga in Iceland League as well. We analyzed the details of the past encounters for both sides. We see that the home side is much more fancied, much more favored to pick up the spoils in this very game. It is home win at KA Akureyri to pick up the spoils in this very encounter. Home win, that's our verdict. And that takes us to the next game. It is in Mexico, where we have Deportivo Toluca will be coming up against Atlas FC. Okay, in this very encounter, we also analyzed based on the past records, and we come to the conclusion that it is the home side Toluca who is expected to pick up the sports in this very encounter. Home win. That's our verdict for that very game. And it takes us to the next game, which is in Netherlands. This is the division where we have Feyenoord who will be coming up against Ajax Amsterdam. Okay, in this very encounter, we know that these are the two giants in Dutch league, and we expect we analyzed, and we also saw that in the head-to-head, both sides have been seeing a lot of goals, appearing in the head-to-head, as well as in their recent encounters. They've been scoring goals, especially Ajax, who we've been seeing over 2.5 in most of their matches. And in this very game, we made our verdict, and it is an over 2.5 in this very encounter. Okay, 3 goals at least to appear in this very game. Okay, that takes us to the next game, which is in Peru, where we have AD Tama coming up against Deportivo Garcilaso. Okay, in Peru League as well. We also brought all everything together and all the data of the past recent encounters, and it was the home side who is much more fancy to pick up the sports in that very encounter. It is home side to win. Okay, Tama to win outrightly in this very game. That's our verdict, and that brings us to the last prediction for the day. It is Sporting Cristal who will be coming up against Sporting Huancayo in Peru division as well. And also we have made a verdict as usual based on the data that we already have, and we came to the conclusion that it is the home side, Sporting Cristal, who is expected to pick up the sports in this very game. And that brings our predictions for on Sunday, 7th day of April, to a conclusion. Okay, on Betkraft. And remember, no one's stopping you. You can decide to as well combine the two tickets together and play it out and see how it goes. You never know. You never know, anything can happen. You can end up winning a million doing that. Okay, but I advocate that you put in a separate ticket, the first slip on a separate ticket, and then another one on a separate. Just split them and see how it goes. Okay, and I wish you the very best of luck, and I hope your ticket goes green just like yesterday. And I will see you again tomorrow for tomorrow's predictions. But until then, keep winning.